ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick,
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing a Kickstarter model resin review. Yes, this is a very unique kind of video. I am partnered up with Action Force, created by the great Bobby Valla, formerly from Hasbro. He's created such pieces like the G.I. Joe San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Missile Command Headquarters, the Legends Roleplay Infinity Gauntlet, and the Marvel Legends World War II Captain America with motorcycles. So that's the kind of creative mind these figures are coming from right over here. I cannot wait to open them. They're not technically action figures, though I'm calling them model resin pieces right here. You can see it has some Italian written on the top right over there. I guess Valla is an Italian last name, and then more Italian right over there. This is just really the overnight express shipping box. But anyway, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here are the Action Force figures out of the packaging, and I gotta say, these are pretty awesome. I like the sculpting of these. The paint apps are a bit weak. Okay, that's a joke. Okay, these are prototypes. These are resin prototypes. These are the type of items that you'd see at a convention where they're like, hey, don't touch those. Please don't touch. You know, they're going to crumble apart. And yeah, that's what these are. They are resin models right over here. So they're very tricky for me to pose around. These are not final products over here. And again, if you're interested in the Kickstarter, link below. So there's a base right over here, which looks awesome. I do like that. So you kind of have that whole steel girder kind of texture going on right there. I can't remember what to call it, but you get 4 pegs sticking up right over there. So that's great. And then this is the female one right here, named Eclipse. And then the male character right there is named Condor. So let's take a closer look at Eclipse first. Condor holds together, well, a lot better, more so than the Eclipse. The Eclipse is going to fall apart like as soon as I try to pick her up. But you can see right there, she has double jointed elbows. That makes me very happy. And I want to get closer in here so you can see the head sculpt, and it looks very beautiful. I do like that. Then she has the scarf right over there. That looks really good. She comes with the gun. And I'm going to show off the rest of the weapons in just a minute. But yeah, you can see, looking at the figure right there, some nice texturing on the side. Nice wrinkles sculpted throughout in here. As I darken things and zoom in, you can see some of the texturing a lot better. She has a little side pocket on the left bicep right there. I think she has one over here too. Yes, she does. Oh, and it's starting to fall apart. There goes her head. But while that came off, you can go ahead and remove this right here. And then you have an interchangeable head that you could put on right there, and that looks really good too. You can see those eyes coming through from underneath there, so I like that. You can see how it's tied around right there. Here's looking at the back. She does have a peg hole right there for a display stand. Then her waist does have a knife, so there goes an arm, but yeah, you could take the knife out right there, so that's really cool. I dig that. And you know, the nose could be a little bit bigger, I think. You know what I mean? Not bad or anything, but you know, still could be a little bit bigger. But nice pouches right there on the very back, or butt pockets anyway. And then you can see she has a holster for her gun. I guess while that arm came off, I could just demonstrate how the holster fits in there. And you can see some of the paint coming off right here. But yeah, she does have the holster, and that just slides right in there very easily. Looking really good. I like that inside of the thigh right there. The straps look good. Knee pads look great. Boots look awesome. I like the treads. We've got treads at the bottom of the feet and peg holes. And yeah, it's all coming apart. But, you know, again, it's a resin model piece. It's not really meant to be played with. And looking at the rest of Eclipse's accessories, you can see she has 2 gun holding hands. I like how the gloves came out right here. Nice detail right there. She has a pair of fisted hands. So that looks really good. And then she has these knife holding hands as well. So 6 hands with her. All looking pretty good. I'd like to have a support hand too. That would be pretty neat. But these all came out looking really nice. And you could double one of these as a support weapon hand. You know, and then speaking of the other weapons, this is looking at one of the big guns right over here. And I'm not wrong if I'm calling it a big gun, which is really cool. You could take the magazine out if you'd like. So that's awesome. And Eclipse also has a vest that has some of the magazines already ported in there. So that's really neat. And I like how that looks. So that's very cool. You get the breastplates right there. And everything, bolts and everything. This is going to really pop out a whole lot more. If you follow Bobby Valla or the Valaverse on Instagram, you'll see images of some of these products right here with some nice paint apps on them and everything. So that's looking pretty cool so far. I'm liking that. Moving on to Condor, he has a similar number of accessories. He has the knife holding hands right here. He has the fisted hands. You could see that. You know, it's not fully painted with the primer paint. Then he also has a trigger holding hands right there. And he has an open hand for, you know, resting the bigger guns on the figure itself. Looking at the head sculpt for Condor, though, it looks pretty good. I like it, you know. Pretty, looks like a soldier to me, so like that. And the hair's all smushed like he's been wearing a helmet or something. But nice hair sculpt right there. I dig it. Very short in the back. So great looking head sculpt. I dig. And then looking at the figure itself right here, I mean, man, this is awesome. This is going to be great. I'm really excited for this one more than anything. I don't know. They both look really good to me. It's just, yeah, this is just, I don't know, a little bit more impressive to me just because there's a lot more things you can do right here. You do have the helmet, which you can take off. Ooh, that looks awesome. So you can remove the goggles if you'd like. And it's also made so that you could remove the ear cups right here too. So that's pretty cool. So I like that it has two pegs that go in right there. So you have actual display options for the helmet itself. And then you can see it has a couple little, you know, sculpted in grooves and everything on the helmet itself. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. And then we have the masked head sculpt right over here looking really good. I like you can see where the mouth is and everything. Really good detail on this. Nice smooth wrinkles and everything in there. Very realistic looking. So I'm liking that. And it fits on right over there. I like this gun a lot too. I gotta mention that. This one is still attached to the hand and he holds, or they both hold the weapons very well. And this looks pretty awesome. I like that a lot. Nice scope right there and everything. And you can fit a magazine into this as well. And that fits in there, but it's pretty loose. You know, when the actual plastic piece comes out, it's going to fit in there a whole lot better. But I still think it's really cool that we get that function right there. And then this one has a vest as well. There's little ports right over here, so you could put these extra magazines. I really like the detail on this vest. That looks awesome. Really like that quite a bit. Now, because this isn't an actual plastic piece, I can't really tab these in, but you can see how it's supposed to tab together right there. You still get a peg hole in the back. This right over here just came off on me. That's for his knife. So that's supposed to actually stay like that, and then you can just take the knife out right here. And there that goes. So that's pretty neat. I like that. Nice looking knife too. I like the serrated edge and everything. So that's pretty cool. Then I actually want to take this vest off. And you can see the torso like that. Again, nice texturing right over here. I really like that. The wrinkles look great. Really good looking arms on this too. I like that. Very, very cool looking. So yeah, these are going to be, I mean, these are basically 6-inch G.I. Joe figures. That's what I feel like I'm looking at right over here, which is something that I've even wanted, even though I'm not a huge G.I. Joe guy. I've been wanting to see this. I backed the Kickstarter last time, and I've just been wanting to see this happen, man. So that looks cool. He has the holster right over there for the same kind of gun that we saw with Eclipse. So I'm just taking that out right there. So you can see that, and it just goes right back in. And he has a belt right over there too. The legs look great with all those wrinkles in there. The boots look awesome. I mean, seeing these all painted and everything, it's going to look so much better. It even looks great right now. You can see the texturing right there for the pants. Knee pads look great. The boots look great with all the buckles and everything. Like the treads at the bottom of the feet. Still has peg holes. So yeah, just aesthetics-wise, just looking at the sculpt alone, looks awesome. Now I'm going to do my best to go over the articulation with Condor over here. It's going to be very tricky. The Eclipse figure is a lot more loose and falls apart a whole lot easier. She does not have butterfly joints, while Eclipse does. Other than that, they seem to have the same exact articulation. So the head joint can look up pretty far, and it will look down pretty far as well, like that. You get side-to-side motion right there, and then no real head pivoting. You can see the butterfly joint moving forward and back, and you can move the shoulder outward that much. Oh, he's falling apart on me already. Oh no, it's falling apart. Let's see if the right leg stays together. But yeah, you could rotate a full 360 right here. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Now this support left hand, it does have a hinge that moves up and down, and it swivels side to side. The fisted hands and the knife holding hands, they hinge up and down, and then all the trigger holding hands have a side to side horizontal hinge, so I think that's really good. You get a diaphragm joint right here that turns side to side, diaphragm pivot, crunches forward, crunches back, and then you also have a waist joint right there, and then the hip joints will move outward that far, and you'll kick forward and back just a tiny bit, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, bend in pretty far, boot rotation right there, and then the ankles do move down, and they will move up, which is really good. I like that they can move up, and they have beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out these two resin model pieces, and you can see that I did put the vest on Eclipse right over there, just so you can see that, and it looks really good. But anyway, yeah, measuring out Condor, you can see he's just at 7 inches tall, and then Eclipse is looking just under 6.5 inches tall. And for a size comparison, we have another Valaverse right over here, the Marvel Legends World War II Captain America with a motorcycle, and you can see that he's just a little bit shorter than Condor over here, so these may be a little on the larger side compared to Marvel Legends, but just by a little bit. I think they'll fit in just fine. And then here's the two prototypes next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man. Well, since you guys aren't even ready yet, this should be a breeze. Yeah. So again, I think these are pretty awesome pieces, and I cannot wait for the final product to come out. I highly recommend you support this, especially if you're a G.I. Joe fan and you've wanted highly articulated, well-detailed 6-inch figure versions of some G.I. Joe type characters. If you want to check them out, link in the description below to the Kickstarter. Thanks again so much for Action Force and Bobby Vala for sponsoring this YouTube channel and helping make this video possible. Again, check out his Instagram, link below as well. And I'm not going to give this a stud rating because the figures are not finished being made. But so far, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing over here. I think these are going to be very cool. I'm not a huge G.I. Joe guy, but these are going to be awesome to add to a collection. If you wanted, you know, some good guys beating up some soldiers, or if you want some soldiers beating up some bad guy villains, I think these will fit in perfectly with Marvel Legends. So I'm very excited about this. Can't wait to see them when they're done. And I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell if you have not already. And don't forget to follow me over on the Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.